Commercial Arithmetic 1. A businesswoman bought 2 bags of maize at the same price per bag. She discovered that one bag was of high quality and the other of low quality. On the high quality bag, she made a profit by selling at 1,004 shillings. On the low quality bag, she made a loss by selling at 880 shillings. If the profit was 3 times the loss, calculate the buying price per bag. Now let's assume the buying price is X, the profit is Y. So we shall have two equations. X plus Y is equals to 1040 and X minus Y is equals to 880. This means that if she sold at 1040, she made a profit of 3Y. If she sold at 880, she made a loss equivalent to a third of 3Y, which is just Y. Now, on those two equations we have formed, we can eliminate either X or Y so as to get the values of any X or Y. Now, I decided to eliminate X, so I multiply each equation by 1, so the equation remain essentially the way they are. Now, if we subtract X minus X, we get nothing, and then we subtract 3Y minus Y, we get 4Y. We subtract 1040 minus 88, we get 160. So 4Y is equals to 160. What will be the value of Y? We divide 4 on both sides so that we have the value of Y as 40. Now our Y is 40. Now to get the cost, you can use any of the two equations. Like X, where there is Y, you substitute by the value of 40, and then finish the equation. You will find that the cost was 920. A manufacturer sells a bottle of fruit juice to a trader at a profit of 40%. The trader sells it at 84 shillings at a profit of 20%. Find the trader's buying price. Now, that if the trader sold at 84 shillings, it means the selling price is 120. The buying price will be 100%. So if 84 is 100 is 120, 100% will be 100 multiplied by 84 over 120, which is 70. So the trader's buying price is 70 cents. What about the manufacturer? The manufacturer sold that 70, that's at 70, which is 140%. Now what is 100? We shall take 100 multiplied by 70 over 140. So the manufacturer manufactured each bottle at a cost of 50 shillings. A telephone bill includes 4320 shillings for local calls, 3260 for trunk calls, and a rental charge of 28 shillings. A value-added tax is charged at 15%. Find the total bill. Now it means we shall have to add all those charges: local calls, trunk calls, rental charge, and we get 660 shillings. Now that amount charge a VAT at 15%. The VAT will be 1449. Now add that to 9660. You get that the telephone bill is 11,109. So the telephone bill is 11,109 shillings. You can see it clearly on that table. A shirt whose market price is 800 shillings is sold to customers after allowing him a discount of 13%. If the trader makes a profit of 20%, find how much the trader paid for the shirt. Now let's have some statistics. Look at the uh, market price. Just ignore the spelling of I wrote market price instead of market price. The market price is 800 shillings. The discount is 13%. Now 13%, that is 104 shillings. Now price after discount at 13 is 696. Now we have 120% is 696 shillings. What about 100? We have 100 multiplied by 696 over 120. We get 580. So the trader paid for the shirt with 580 shillings. A customer paid 5,880 for a suit after she was allowed a discount of 2% on the selling price. The discount had not been If the discount had not been allowed, the shopkeeper would have made a profit of 20% on the sale of the suit. Calculate the price at which the shopkeeper bought the suit. Now, after the discount of 2%, what is remaining is 98%. So that 98% represents 58.80. Now, what about 100%? We take 100 multiplied by 58.8 over 98. 100% will have represented 6,000 shillings. Now, with these 6,000 shillings, the shopkeeper would have made 120%. So 120% is represented by that 6,000 shillings. Now what about 100? It's 100 multiplied by 6,000 over 120, which is 5,000. So it means the shopkeeper bought the suit at 5,000 shillings. The marked price of a car in a dealer shop is 400,000 shillings. Wekesa bought the car at 8% discount. The dealer still made a profit of 15%. Calculate the amount of money the dealer had paid for the car. Now we equate 100% to 400,000. Now after a discount of 8%, we remain 92%. So what is the value of 92%? What will be 92% representing? It will be 92 multiplied by 400,000 over 100. So 92% represents 392,000, which means we case about the car at 392,000. But remember, at 392,000, the dealer still made a profit of 115%. So it means 115% is represented by 392,000 to the dealer. Now what is 100 to the dealer? You take 100 multiplied by 392,000 over 115. So 115%, sorry. So 100 to the dealer it represents 320,000, and that is the money that the dealer paid for the car. A wholesaler sold a radio to a retailer, making a profit of 20%. The retailer later sold the radio for 1560, making a profit of 30%. Calculate the amount of money the wholesaler had paid for the radio. Now, we start with the retailer. The retailer making 130 represents 1560. What about 100 to the retailer? 100% the retailer represents 1,200 shillings. Now this 1,200 shillings represents 120% to the wholesaler. The wholesaler, by selling at 1,200, made a profit of 20%. So it represents 120% to the wholesaler. Now what is 100% the wholesaler? 100% the wholesaler is 1,000. So the wholesaler bought that radio at 1,000 shillings. A businessman makes a profit of 20% when he sells a carpet for 36,000 shillings. In a trade fair, he sold such a carpet at 3,600 shillings. Calculate the percentage of profit made on the sale of one carpet during the trade fair. Now, 120, we have been told it represents 36,000 shillings. Now, what will be 100? 100 will represent 30,000 shillings. Now, we know that the businessman buys the carpets at 30,000 shillings. So that's 100. That's 100%. Now, if he sold at 33,600 shillings, what is the profit he made? The profit he made is 12%, because 3,600 is represented by 112%. So 112 minus 100, we get 12%, which is the profit the trader made when he sold the carpet during the trade fair. A traveler had 918 sterling pounds, which he bought Kenyan shillings at the rate of 84 per sterling pound. He did not spend the money as intended. Later, he used the shillings to buy sterling pounds at a rate of 85 per sterling pound. Calculate the amount of money in sterling pound lost in the whole transaction. Now, you can see the second row. If he bought Kenyan shillings at a rate of 84 per sterling pound, he got 77,112 Kenyan shillings. Now, since he did not spend the money, he translated the 77,112 shillings into sterling pounds at a rate of 85 Kenyan shillings. So he got sterling pound 907, meaning that he lost 10.8 sterling pounds. If you subtract the original sterling pound 918 from 907, the loss is 10.8 sterling pounds. A commercial bank buys and sells Japanese yen in Kenya shillings at rates shown below. A Japanese tourist at the end of his tour of Kenya was left with 30,000 shillings, which he converted to Japanese yen through the commercial bank. How many Japanese yen did he get? Now the Japanese yen will be translated at a rate of 0.5446. That means he will get 55,086.3 Japanese yen. During a certain period, the exchange rates were as follows: one sterling pound 102 Kenyan shillings, one sterling pound to 1.5 US dollar, one US dollar to 60.6 Kenyan shillings. A school management intended to import textbook worth 50 thousand from UK. It changed the money to sterling pounds. Later, the management found out that the books were cheaper in US. Hence, it changed the sterling pounds to dollars. Unfortunately, a financial crisis arose and the money had to be reconverted to Kenyan shilling. Calculate the amount of money the management ended up with. Now, initially, when they converted the 500,000 Kenyan shillings to sterling pounds, they got uh, 401.96 sterling pounds. Now they are holding sterling pounds. Now, when they convert sterling pounds to a dollar at a rate of 1.7 shillings, they got $8,333.3. Now, when the crisis arose, they translated those dollars, $8,333.3 to Kenyan shillings at a rate of 60.6. So they got Kenyan shillings 505,000. A Kenyan tourist left Germany for Kenya through Switzerland. While in Switzerland, he bought a watch worth 52 Deutschmarks. Find the value of the watch in A. Swiss francs, B. Kenyan shillings. Use the exchange rates below. 1 Swiss franc is equal to 1.28 Deutschmark. 1 Swiss franc is equal to 45.21 Kenyan shilling. Now, to translate into Swiss franc, we shall use what we call the cross rate. The cross rate is when you have currencies of two countries pegged on another country. But we can also do it directly step by step. Now, Deutschmark to Swiss franc, the exchange rate is 1.28. So, tan 52 Deutschmark to Swiss franc by dividing by 1.28, we get it is 40.625 Swiss francs. Now, part B to Kenyan shillings. Remember, one Swiss franc is equals to 45.21 Kenya shilling. So you multiply those Swiss franc 40.625 by 45.21, we get it is 1,836.65 Kenyan shilling. A Kenyan bank buys and sells foreign currencies as shown below. A Japanese traveling from France arrives in Kenya with 5,000 euros. He converted the 5,000 euros to Kenya shillings at a bank. While in Kenya, he spends a total of 289,850 and then convert the remaining Kenya shillings to Japanese yen at the bank. Calculate the amount of Japanese yen that he received. Now, when he converted the euro to Kenyan shillings at a rate of 84.15, he got 420,750. Now, he spent in Kenya 2,089,850. Subtract that from 427.50, we get the balance after spending was 130,900 shillings. Now translate that to Japanese yen. Remember, Japanese yen, the rate is 65.37 for every 100 yen, Japanese yen. So it will be 130,900 multiplied by 100 over 65.37. We get that the Japanese yen was 200,000. A Kenyan bank buys and sells foreign currencies as shown. A tourist arrived in Kenya with one of 5,000 Hong Kong dollars and changed the whole amount to Kenyan shillings. While in Kenya, he spent 403,879 shillings and changed the balance to South African rand. What did he receive? Now, Hong Kong, the dollar, the rates Kenya buying, you can see 9.74 and 9.77, and then South African rand 12.03 and 12.11. Now he changed the Hong Kong dollar at a rate of 9.74. He got 1,022,700. He spent 403,879. So the balance is 618,821. He changes that 618,821 to South African rand at 12.11. He gets 51,100 rands. A Kenyan businessman bought goods from Japan worth 2,950 Japanese yen. On arrival, Kenyan custom duty of 20% was charged on the value of the goods. If the exchange rates were as follows: $1 is equal to 118 Japanese yen, $1 is equal to 78 Kenyan shillings. Calculate the duty paid in Kenyan shillings. Now we shall convert the goods to Kenyan shillings. Since the exchange rate there, we have not been given a direct one from Kenyan shilling to Japanese yen. We shall use the cross rate. The cross rate here we shall equate the value of Kenyan shillings to the other value of the currency we have been given. This is the dollar and Japanese yen. So we shall have 76 over 111. That's what the dollar is exchanging in the yen, and what the Kenyan shilling is exchanging in the dollar. That's a cross rate. And then we get that the cost of goods in Kenya is 1,900,000. Now custom duty at 20% of 1.9 million we get is 380,000. A Kenyan company received 100,000 US dollars. The money was converted into Kenyan shillings in a bank which buys and sells foreign currencies as below. Calculate the amount of money in Kenyan shilling the company received. The company exchanged the Kenyan shillings calculated in A above into sterling pounds to buy a car from Britain. Calculate the cost to the nearest sterling pound. Now the US dollar was exchanged at the rate of 77.24, and what was gotten was 7,720,000 Kenyan shillings. Now the 7,724,000 Kenyan shillings are exchanged to sterling pound at a rate of 122.27, and this converts to 63,171 and 6.67 sterling pound. A forex bureau in Kenya buys and sells foreign currencies as shown below. A businesswoman from China converted 195,250 Chinese yuan into Kenya shilling. Calculate the amount of money in Kenya shillings that she received. While in Kenya, the businesswoman spent 258,000 and then convert the balance into South African rand. Calculate the amount of money, the nearest rand that she received. Now converting 195,250 yuan to Kenya shillings at a rate of 12.34. She got 2,409,385 shillings. Now, after spending 1,258,000, she remained with 1,151,385 shillings. Converting that to rands at a rate of 11.37, she got 101,265 rands, South African rand. A Kenyan bank buys and sells foreign currencies as shown below. A businessman on trip to Kenya had sterling pound 50,000, which he converted to Kenya shillings while in Kenya. He spent 80% of the money and changed the balance to South African rand. Calculate to the nearest rand the amount he obtained. Now 50,000 is converted to Kenya shillings at a rate of 130.1 per pound. So the businessman got 6,505 Kenyan shillings. Now, if he spent 80% of 50,000 pounds, that is equivalent to 5,204,000 Kenyan shillings. He remained with 1,301,000 Kenyan shillings. Now converting 1,301,000 Kenyan shillings to rands at a rate of 9.58, the businessman got 135,804 rands. A Kenyan businessman intended to buy goods worth 200,000 US dollar from South Africa. Calculate the value of goods to the nearest South African rand, given that 1 US dollar is equals to 101.937 Kenyan shillings and 1 South African rand is equals to 7.626 Kenyan shillings. Now here we also don't have a rate that is equating the US dollars to rands directly. So we shall use the cross rate because we have a rate equating dollars to Kenyan shillings and rands to Kenyan shillings. So the cross rate will be 101.93 Kenyan shillings over rands, which is 7.6326. Now multiply by the US dollar 20,000, we get that the rands the businessman got was 267,111. A tourist converted 5820 US dollars into Kenyan shillings at a rate of 102.1 per dollar. While in Kenya, he spent 450 Kenyan shillings and converted the balance into dollars at the rate of 103 Kenyan shillings per dollar. Calculate the amount of money to the nearest dollar that remained. Now, converting 5820 into Kenyan shillings at a rate of 102.1, the businessman, the tourist got 594,222 Kenyan shillings. Now, after spending 450,000, the balance is 144,222 Kenyan shillings. Now, convert that into dollar at a rate of 103. It is $1,400. A Kenyan non-governmental organization received a donation of 200,000 US dollars. The money was converted into Kenyan shillings in a bank which buys and sells foreign currencies. Calculate the amount of money in Kenyan shillings the NGO received. The NGO used 90% of the donation to buy a machine from Japan. Calculate the cost of the machine to the nearest Japanese yen. Now, 200,000 to Kenyan shillings at a rate of 102.4. It is 20,420,000. Now, take 90% of 20,480,000, and that 90% is converted into Japanese yen at a rate of 93.3 for every 100 yen. We get that the machine cost was 19,755,627 Japanese yen. A Kenyan bank bought and sold United Arab Emirates dirhams on two different dates as shown below. A Kenyan tourist who traveled to UAE on 1st August 2021 converted 130,050 Kenyan shillings to dirhams. During her stay in UAE, she spent 3520 UAE dirhams. She arrived back in Kenya on 6th August 2021. On the same date, she converted the remaining amount of money to Kenya shillings at the same bank. Calculate the amount of money in Kenya shillings she received from the bank. Now converting 130 Kenyan shillings at a rate of 28.9 to dirhams, the the tourist got 4,500 dirhams. Now after spending 3520 of the 500, she remained with the 980 dirhams. Now coming back to Kenya, changing 980 dirhams to Kenya shillings at a rate of 28, she got 27,440 Kenya shillings. A car dealer charges 5% commission for selling a car. He received a commission of 17,500 for selling a car. How much money did the owner receive for the sale of the car? Now we can have some statistics here. The car sale, the price they get by selling a car is 100%. Now the commission is 5%, which means the owner receives the balance 100 minus 5, which is 95. Now here we equate 5% to 17,500 that the dealer got. What now will be 95%? 95% will be 95% multiplied by 17,500 over 5%. So the owner will get 332,500 Kenya shillings. A company sales lady sold goods worth 240,000 shillings. From this sale, she earned a commission of 4,000. Calculate the rate of commission. That's A. B. If she sold goods whose market price was 360,000 and allowed a discount of 2%, calculate the amount of commission she received. Now let's look at part A. The commission rate, we can get the commission rate by having the commission, the sales price, and then multiplying by 100. Now the commission was 4,000, the sales was 240,000, multiplied by 100, you get that the commission was 1 and 2/3%. Now part B, if he sold the goods at 360, what will be the commission she got? You get 1 and 2/3% of 360. We get this is 600 shillings. A salesman gets a commission of 2.4 on sales up to 100,000. He gets an additional commission of 1.5 on sales above this. Calculate the commission he gets on sales worth 280,000. Now, look at the statistics. A commission of 2.4% is gotten on the first 100,000 of the sales. This cumulates to 2,400 shillings. Now, a commission of 3.9 is gotten on the rest of what is sold. That is 280 minus 100,000. That is 180,000. So 3.9% of 180,000 is 7,020 shillings. Now the total commission we add the 2,400 and 7,020 shillings. You get that she got a commission. He got a commission of 9,520. In the month of January, an insurance salesman earned 6,750, which was a commission of 4% of the premiums paid to the company. A. Calculate the premium paid to the company. B. In February, the rate of the commission was reduced by 66 and 2/3%, and the premiums reduced by 10%. Calculate the amount earned by the salesman in the month of April. Now let us tackle part A. Part A, we know that 4.5% of the commission is equals to 6,750 shillings. What will be 100%? 100% will be 100 multiplied by 750 over 4.5. So 100% will be 150 shillings, 150,000 shillings, 150,000 shillings. So this 150,000 shillings is the amount of the premiums for that month. Now we are told that the commission was reduced by 66 and 3/4 and 3/3, not 3/4 and 3/3. Now the new commission will be 33 and a third of the previous commission. So it takes a 3 and a third of 4.5%. We get that the new commission will be 1.5%. Now the premiums we have gotten were 150,000. Now if they reduce by 90%, if 150,000 reduced by 90%, it means we have to multiply that 150 by 90% and we get the new premium or the premiums the insurance salesman of collected the next month was 135,000. So a commission of 1.5% of 135,000 is 2,025 shillings. 5% of 1 or 2,000, you find it is 5,000 100. Now, the total earnings will be the salary of 7,000 plus the commission of 5,100, which is 14,100 cancel. Now, a saleswoman is paid a commission of 2% on goods worth 100,000. She is also paid a monthly salary of 12,000. In a certain month, she sold 360 handbags at 500 shillings each. Calculate the saleswoman's earnings that month. That's part A. Part B. The following month, the saleswoman's monthly salary was increased by 10%. His total earnings that month were 17,600 shillings. Calculate one, the total amount of money received from the sales of handbag that month. Two, the number of handbags sold that month. Now, part A, the saleswoman's earning for the first month. First, we get the sale. The sales is 360 bags at 500 shillings. So he sold at 180 shillings, 180,000 shillings, 180,000 shillings. So a commission of 2% on 180,000 shillings less 100 because she only earns commission on goods above 100. The commission will be 1,600 shillings. So the salary plus the commission, that is 12 plus 1,600. The total earnings will be 13,600. Part B, you are told the salary was increased. Now, the total earning will be salary plus commission. Now, salary is equals to 17,600. And what about commission? Now, if the salary is 7,600 and the commission is 4,400, because we have been told that the salary was increased by 10% and the total earnings were 17,600. So the salary initially was 12,000. So get 110% of 12,000, then subtract it from 17,600. We shall get the remaining amount will be commission. So commission is 4,400. Now, what will be the sales? The sales will be 100,000 shillings plus commission at 100. Commission at 100% divided by 2. Because if you have the commission of 4,400, the sales from which the commission were computed is just multiplying the commission by 100 and then divide by the percentage for the commission. So if you add 100 and what has been computed for the sales on each commission had been computed, you get that the sales was 320. So 320,000 divided by the price of each handbag, which is 500, you find that the sales lady sold 640 handbags during that month. A table is sold at 4,500 and a chair at 2,000 shillings. A salesman earns a commission of 8% on every table and 5% on every chair sold. On a certain week, he sold 3 chairs than tables, and his total earnings were 39.80 shillings. Determine the number of chairs he sold that week. So here we shall assume that the number of tables sold is X, and automatically the number of chairs sold will be X plus 3 because he sold 3 more chairs than the tables. Now, the commission the commission on table will be 8% of 4,500x plus the commission on chairs will be 5% of 2,000x plus 600, 6,000 plus 6,000, and the total commission is we have been given is 39.80. Now solve for the value of x. If you simplify, you get that x is 8. This means that the tables are 8. Now add the value of just 3 because I sold the 3 more chairs than the table. You get that he sold 11 chairs. A salesman sells storybooks and textbooks. The cost price of a storybook is 600 shillings, while that of a textbook is 900 shillings. The sales the salesman is paid a commission of 110 on the cost of any book sold. One day, the salesman sold twice as many storybooks as textbooks. He earned a commission of 8,400. Determine the total number of storybooks sold. So here we shall say let the number of textbooks sold be x. Then the number of storybooks will be 2x because we have been told the storybooks were twice that of textbook. The sales were twice that of textbook. Now, how do you compute the commission? Commission will be 10% of 900x plus 10% of 1200x, which is equivalent to the commission we have been given 8,400. Now solve for x, we get that x is 40. This means that he sold 40 textbooks, and since the storybooks are twice as much as the textbook, it means that he sold 80 storybooks. That is 40 times 2.